Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Mansion. I wanted to come and say hello. Wish you a wonderful day. Today is a new moon in Scorpio. It is a very, very powerful new moon for me because I have my moon in Scorpio. But so it's a return of the moon. But for everybody, it's the moon of deep transformation. It is a very, very powerful. The Scorpio is a card of the constellation of rebirth and transformation. So we want to utilize that, make a statement of intention. So all those things we want to let go in our life, and all those things we want more. We want to diminish our weakness and augment our strengths. So we want to say, I welcome love into my life. I welcome abundance into my life. I welcome joy into my life. I welcome potential, creative potential. All those things needs to. It is good to make it clear to the universe that that's really what we want, to focus on those things that are wanted. For there is this great cosmic portal that will be opening up very soon on 11/11 this year. So it is a great portal of light. It is like a cosmic elevator for those who are ready. Of course, we want to get rid of all that is hybris, that is too much, that there's too much luggage. If it will slow down the elevator, but if we can allow ourselves to let go of those things for a little while, we'll feel a great deal of freedom from this elevation. And so also understanding that this 11/11 Stargate is opening every morning and every night, every day. And once you connect to that portal, you can open it at 11/11 morning and night. Or whenever you see 11/11, it is a doorway, a potential, a portal. And there is the Archangel Metatron that is assisting us with this transformation of this ascension into this 11/11 Stargate. I'm going to pull 10 cards from the angels to see what guidance we may receive. Those are simple cards, but they're very positive. They're quite nice. The idea is a renewal. Everything is being renewed. Life does not stand still. Everything that's the past is gone. We want to survive. We focalize on time, but time is just a factor in this dimensional matrix. It is not part of what true life is about. So it's about being allowing ourselves to move into this renewal, this understanding, this connection to this realm of light. And so what's around it is success. So there is a great deal of success. Sometimes we want to make small steps. For there was this movie Contact. It was a book, a novel by Carl Sagan. There was two great teaching in this. When at the end, Jodie Foster, she meets those extraterrestrials and says, "How did you make it? How did you survive our immaturity?" Well, at the end of the program, we realize we have each other. We have love for each other, and that we can fulfill each other. We can fulfill each other with that love. And the second thing is that small step. We have to move with the flow of God's speed, with the flow of the universe. But nature, when you look at nature, it is not like excited to grow. The trees is like, oh, it's gonna grow. Of course, in fourth dimension, anything's possible. But first, we are now leaving this third dimension to move into this more potential where imagination becomes more powerful. We've had for a very long time a buffer zone that's between the thought and the manifestation. But as we move into the fifth dimension, manifestation become instantaneous. For a long time, we lived in this yellow sun that was a third dimensional light. Now the sun has moved into fourth dimension. It's becoming a white sun, and in the future, we'll move into the fifth dimension. We'll discover that the sun we have two suns. We'll have two suns. One is the golden sun that will bring us this physical well-being, and then the blue sun, which will connect us to our spiritual origin. And so what we see before us is indulgence. So we have to be indulgent, but not too much, because otherwise we want to know what gives us energy and what takes energy from us. So we want to be temperate. We want to be master of ourselves, and for that we have to balance out the energy. Here it is, the card number 1. What's in our subconscious, our past, the subconscious is forgiveness. For once we are forgiven, we are free, and now we are being elevated. There is this elevation that is happening. What comes to us in the near future is the revelation. So be open to incredible revelation that will happen within your mind. Don't look for it on TV. For most of what people turn towards media, mainstream media, for information, for knowing what's the reality of life and all those things. But in many sense, it's been It is all about persuasion, media, politics, publicity. It's about manipulating, but now we have to see through the lie, to see behind, to see what, to understand that they're locked into their program. But we don't have to buy it. We have to become sovereign of ourselves and to know what we choose as real. The strength that we have is the destiny, is the power of destiny. We have to fulfill the contract that we made before time in order to feel this joy, and then the outside world reflects to us this liberation. There is a great deal of freedom that is coming in our inner emotion, our hopes and fear. There was a magpie that was flying by. I always watch when the birds fly. It's very important to watch which direction, how many, where they're going, which kind, to read this language of nature. And here we have the choice. So we want to make this, always make the highest choice. For every choice we make create cause, and the cause create effect. And sometimes we're looking at the effect of certain things. We do not know the cause, and so they have blinded us towards in relation to the cause, so that we can stick within the problem. So as we remove the old cause, we create new cause that will free us from the problem. And the general message for us is generosity. For it is natural. Generosity is a natural state of being. When we are full of love, light, and all forms of abundance, it is natural to be generous and to pay attention to what life is telling us, to open our eyes, not to our physical eyes, but our third eye, our fourth eye, and to open our ears and listen to what life is always telling us. The painting behind me it's called White Hole number 3. This one's on wood. It's the third piece. They're very subtle. White hole, black holes, and blue holes are cosmic. Cosmic singularities that allows to move from dimension to dimension. Scientists do not know them yet. They believe white holes, what they call black holes, is the dark islands of space. Those are very, very massive dead suns that are used in the galaxy to balance out the living suns. But eventually we will discover a lot more about the universe, who we are, and our connection to the universe. We have to be patient, but to know that, to believe what's being revealed within your brain, within your mind, within your heart. There is all kinds of revelation that will be coming, but we have to trust that this is the truth, rather than the critical mind, the ego, that will criticize that and make us doubt. So it is important to trust. The highest wisdom for us today from the Akash is the Celtic. Is this card of the Celtic, whatever that means to you, but it's connection to the natural kingdom, the world of divas, the world, the magical, and so what we need to understand is the high priest. How do we use those magical energy? How do we turn? We create this healing. We create this, whatever we think will become. Eventually, we the buffer zones between the intention and the thoughts and the manifestation. I know personally, I have some project, but I know as soon as I'm going to start, it's going to unfold really quickly. Everything's going to. What we need to do is love life. For love is. It's the most essential part of our life. It's any kind of love. Once for love is there's been a great deal of degradation of the principle of sacred sexuality, with this invention of the original sin, the degraded woman, the degraded sexuality, when it's the most precious and the most sacred of all the gifts that we have. And so a lot of people have an animalistic perception of sexuality, but sexuality can be made divine by a simple touch. Or it can there is a romantic life for relationship, and sometimes love does not have an expiration date, and unconditional love is always there. But in relationships, certain relationships have karmic. Once it's done. You want to move on to the next. But once you find the love of your life, it will be good for your whole life. You won't even have to question it. Yet it is important to be open to potential, so that we can share this playfully, this energy of love and romance. And the general message for us is scribe, or the writer. It is important to take notes. It is important to write. It is important to, even if it's just to write just for ourselves, it is important to do it, because it anchors our energy, it anchors our thoughts, it anchors our thoughts. And so, in many sense, we have the control over ourselves, to be the master of ourselves. And once we get that, we get power over all life. We control. But this control has to be in surrender. For Jupiter is going to be helping in creating a great deal of resolution. Now it moved from the Scorpio into the Sagittarius, so it's going to open up to all kinds of new things. And the North Node of the Moon is moving into Cancer, so it will force us to address, or not force us, but it will assist us in addressing our inner self. What do we really need in order to feel good? And so we have to discern between the soul, the spirit, and the guides, and the ego mind that is always critical. And to focus on the highest outcome always, because as we focus on this highest vision, this highest outcome, we're collaborating with the collective of humanity to create that for them as well. They don't need to think about it. If it's created, it's there. And so we want to cultivate that, to dominate your space, to release all control on the outside level, but to bring your spirit over mind and matter. We want to bring mind, body, and spirit into harmony, to understand love is the base. It's the only base there is that is acceptable, and conditional love. And as we move into this higher realm, we will realize that our own world is not part of this physical realm. It is an invisible universe that's made of light. And so we're going to say, I welcome love into my life. I welcome more light into my life. And to understand that our personal reality is unique to ourselves. Whatever we believe life is unique to ourselves, and we have to respect that, honor that. It is a gift from the universe, and to understand there is this individual perspective that's unique to ourselves, and there is the collective. On this collective level, we are one. Whatever the other wants to believe that there's a collective ego going on, it's no longer necessary to fuel that. I'm just going to sing a little song. It's a French song. It's from Prévert. It's a beautiful song. It's from Jacques Prévert. C'est une chanson qui nous ressemble. Toi tu m'aimais et je t'aimais, et nous vivions tous les deux ensemble. Toi qui m'aimais, moi qui t'aimais. Mais la vie sépare ceux qui s'aiment tout doucement, sans faire de bruit, et la mer efface sur le sable les pas des amants désunis. This song, beautiful song. It's Yves Montand. In a sense, it means it's called les feuilles mortes, the dead leaves, and comparing our old relationship as dead leaf. For there is everything changes with time, and so we have to. Sometimes we can be nostalgic, but as we open ourselves to the new, there is all kinds of amazing energies that will be coming, and amazing people, and amazing potential, amazing opportunities. I wanted to say, I've been asked to put my cat into a video. I can't let her into the room because she come and meow at the door, and she's got this amazing game. She's a very funny cat. She loves to play all the time, and she's got this funny game with this fishing pole with like running after string. And I tried to shoot her in video, but as soon as I take the video, she stops and says, well, I'll wait for you to finish your things and you can play again. And so I haven't really been able to do that, but she's really a lovely cat. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I'm going to put on one more card. It is the Ace of Raphael from the Archangel. Positive experience on the emotional level. You will be fulfilled by your romantic relationship. Let yourself be guided by your intuition. So say yes to love, yes to romance as well. And so it is the Ace of Cups, the card of love and the Holy Grail. So for love is the Holy Grail in many sense. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. God bless. Namaste.